Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is SKTV coming to you live from Phoenix, Arizona. My name is Sekou Kene. I want to say thank you so much for joining us again. Today is Sunday, the 22nd of October 2023. I want to thank all of you for joining SKTV. I want to encourage you to share the show. We are still discussing the electoral process. Do you think, or what do you know about the electoral process? Was it fair? Was it free? Was it transparent? Do you trust the process? Do you trust the outcome? Do you believe the process? Do you believe the outcome? If so, oneness. If not, oneness. I want to say thank you to all of you for joining SKT. I want to encourage you to go ahead and share the show. Once again, we came on a little late today, or it's better late than never. I want to stay encourage you to go ahead and share the show. All right. Go ahead and share the show, my people.
My people, where you at? Where you at? Wake up from your slumber, stop sleeping. Whip your hands, whip your hands, whip your hands, whip your. Come on, come on, come on. I know you're sleeping now. Y'all gotta wake up some more, yeah? Okay, let's go. The people fool us. The people lie to us. The government betray us. They betray us so much. I said they lie. The people fool us, oh. The people lie to us. The government betray us. They can lie, they can steal, they will knock the ball. I said we tired with their lies. We tired with their promises that led us to all our damages. We tired with their speech they preach indeed and now unique they deceive us. The thing we saw it frustrate us. So why did you lie? Why did you steal? Why did you allow the citizens to be? You see, we just tell you that's why we voted you. But you fool us, you screw us, you use us and later on abuse us. So why? The government should lie. Why? But that's the question that we ask. They lie. The people fool us. The people lie to us. The government betray us. They betray us so much. I said they lie. The people fool us, oh. The people lie to us. The government betray us. They can lie, they can steal, they go knock the corrupt. I said no one to trust. My people don't want to hope on. Nobody. My hope that I have been broken. I'm telling you, brother. So where are the schools? Where are the roads? Where are the jobs that they say they could afford? But they're too selfish. The people tired with their rhetoric. People tired, they tired. You see the reason why we ask why the government betray. They have enough of time, but yeah, then instead they delay. People suffer. No work for people crying for hunger. Look at. Your vision and your mission, your intention to the nation, they poor. You got nothing to show. Nothing. So why? The government should lie. Why? But that's the question that we ask. They lie. The people fool us. The people lie to us. The government betray us. They betray us so much. I said they lie. The people fool us, oh. The people lie to us. The government betray us. They can lie, they can steal, they go knock the corrupt. With the promises that led us to all our damages. We tired with that speech they preach indeed and now unique they deceive us. The thing we saw it frustrate us. So why did you lie? Why did you steal? Why did you allow the citizens to be? You see, we just tell you wonder why we voted you. But you fool us, you screw us, you use us and little on abuse us. So why? The government should lie. Why? But that's the question that we ask. The people fool us, the people lie to us, the government betray us, they betray us so much. I said they lie.
Well, once again, we want to say welcome to SKTV. We want to say thank you to all of you. I want to encourage you to share the show. Those of you who have done it, I want to say thank you. If you haven't done so, please go ahead and share the show. Mustafa Balo, welcome to SKTV. Binta Ability. Rose Russell, welcome to SKTV. Roger Gibson. Yen Bayboy Yen, welcome to SKTV. And we have Rice Doyen. Welcome to SKTV. My own Oma here. Oma Miata Stella. Rain Oma, welcome to SKTV. And I want to say thank you to all of you. I think my uncle Musa Sharif is also here. So go ahead and share the show. I'm expecting a few people to join me later on today. But I want to encourage you first and foremost to go ahead and share the show. Yeah, since just a few of you just joining us right now, I'm going to play one more music while you share the show. You know, we have to share the show. Everybody got to share the show. We got to make sure that at least, I know a lot of people are turned off right now. Some of them are discouraged, you know, because the election process is very, very discouraging, and many of us believe the process was not free, fair, and transparent. However, we cannot disown our country. No matter what, we have to stay the course and make sure that we do what is right and in the best interest of our country. So I want to encourage each and every one of you to go ahead and share the show. It's very, 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 very important that we share the show. All right?
Amanda, Maipuye, Iliberia, Maipuye, Jovia, Deble,
Trigger.
Aha, y'all want to roll the punch of giant ready to take over.
Like it.
Y'all want to roll beef, Papa come here again. Y'all want to roll Papa Georgie come here again. Y'all want to roll Mama Joe come here again. Who want to roll CD Shen come here again. Now the whole country giant come here so. Better move and roll. I say you're better move your roll. You kids about to get away. Pulling back to get away. We come here again. Who wanna roll cities? We come here again. Young who wanna roll Joe? We are coming again. Who wanna roll Mama Joe? We come here again. Up in the road cities, she come here again. Now the whole country giant coming so. Better move on and roll. Say you're better move your roll. Take it away. Better get away. We come here again. We supposed to win the scheme. We come here again. Coalition for democratic change. Now the whole country champion they coming so. You better move on the road. I say you better move your foot. You big Paris and get away. Better get away. Yen say I'm on go, I say I come. At Deble, Osigo corridor. Yen say I'm on morning, boy, I say I come. See the shine, shake your body, yeah. Shake your body, yeah. Why don't you shake your body, yeah. Shake your body, yeah. Acha le 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 oh, see you le 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 oh. Acha le 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 oh, see you le 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 oh. Say, acha le 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 oh. Say, we'll celebrate. I wear most go corridor. Go days I wanna go there. We'll celebrate. We'll celebrate. It's a beautiful day. We'll celebrate. We'll celebrate. Déjà bien already. We'll celebrate. It's a holiday, your moment. We'll celebrate. You be brothers in your way, yeah. We'll celebrate. Nothing you can tell us now. We'll celebrate. Nothing you get to tell us now. We'll celebrate. We are inside the bridge. Politicians ain't worried. Mama, you are inside the bridge. They ain't worried.
Brothers International, y'all.
We feeling we in a race.
CDC.
We feeling we in a race. Everybody look at this. Feeling we in a race.
Y'all moving on the road because we coming in with full. Kakabella, Jella, Wapi. We coming there, y'all to beat it. Big politicians, we putting y'all on the ground. CDC, feeling take it. We party, y'all can see it. John Money, we are. Joe, Howard Taylor. Cook Brothers, huh? We the one that caught the giant. Y'all know we the lion. We all lion straight for giant. To save the people there from the hands of the wicked one. Dakim and Fuha, so they stand, they gotta get away. But we are Popo. That's sleeping Papa supposed to Popo. And then Joe and Popo. I'm picking like that's supposed to Popo. They call our heavyweight. That we the champion team. Peace where we remain. International we do be. Sing with me, say, Acha le 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 oh. See oh le 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 oh. Acha le 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 oh. See oh le 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 oh. Power to the people, river the men and do evil. They say the people why I'm not putting them in the spot. They get a big king, up to see rapping can rap the king. Better get away, and if the body in your space. Like Caraco with plucking, CDC not take it. DC, CDC, we the champion team. Boom,
You Jezo, ruling party, you're in trouble. Come on, y'all move on the road. CDC coming in with four. We're not taking the straight for Joe. We're battle y'all to the chicken crow. AFC say y'all win the team, but who about more than win the team? Now we the champion team, so for the win the game. AFC say y'all turn giant, or win a lion from Zion. Now we the whole country giant, we eat again and we eating Kayan. So if y'all walk, you be people, y'all be making butt. AFC we not some sir. If y'all ain't on the road, I keep with pour in your mouth. Ruling by the jelly, voila, every one of y'all making paka. You guys see we take over, so y'all coming in with far. We don't y'all making falls, all we offer are making love. All the other parties then going straight down to the doors. CDC we standing tall, observing and watching y'all. Y'all think that I'm thinking team, so be cheating the winning team. This time we too aware, so we changing the referee. This time we too aware, so we changing the referee. Y'all want to roll beef, Papa coming again. Y'all want to roll Papa Georgie coming again. Y'all want to roll Mama Joe coming again. Who want to roll CDC coming again. Now the whole country giant coming so better move I say you're better move your move. You kiss about to get away. You sleeping about to get away. We coming again. Who wanna roll CDC coming again. Y'all who wanna roll Joe, we are coming again. Who wanna roll Mama Joe, we're coming again. Up in the road, CDC coming again. Now the whole country giant coming so better move on and roll. Say you're better move your move. Joe, we are coming home. Better get away.
All right, folks, I want to welcome all of you back to SKTV. I want to say thank you to those of you who share the show. And also thank you to those who have refused to share the show. But it's better than never to be here. I want to say thank you to all of you for joining SKT once again. My name is Sekou Kene. So we are going to be talking about what do you know about the just ended electoral process. We have a lot of revelations coming out. A lot of people are saying the process was not free, the process was not fair, the process was not transparent. However, even those who are in the second round, some of them are saying that the process was not free, fair, and transparent. However, but they are staying in the second round, and they're going to participate in the process onward. So, whatever the case is, whatever you know, feel free to call us. Feel free to let us know. One of the most interesting things in this whole electoral process is that um, whether you are with CDC or you are with the Unity Party, everybody kind of agree that the number Cummings received, that was not his number. That is not realistic. That doesn't represent the will of the people. However, it looks like the process will go on, and those who are actually following SKTV, I want to say thank you so much. We have been very consistent about the whole process from the get-go. We told everybody on here that there will be a massive cheating. The process was not go. It's not going to be free. It's not going to be transparent. But we are where we are right now. There are a lot of political maneuvering going on right now. So what we have heard, and we're going to share with you right now, there are a lot of political maneuvering going on. You know, a few months back, we told all of you here that having up to 19 to 20 political parties running for the presidency, we told you that there was, a lot of political, game was being played, and some of you didn't believe us. We told you there are people in the race, they are not in it to be president. They know they're not going to win presidency. Some of them were in it just to, get some name recognition, just to be politically relevant. Some of them are in it if they accumulate at least more numbers, so they will be able to somehow be on the table to discuss money, to discuss position, as to what they will be getting in the election process. Because we told you after the election, most of those political parties will disappear. Right now, they are relevant until the second round can finish and a president is inaugurated. That will be the end of those, or most of those political parties, until 6 years later. As I speak to you right now, we had about 46 political parties that were running, actually. 46, if I'm not mistaken. 46 political parties. Some of the representative seats had 10, 15, 20 contestants. Representative seat, some of them had 20, 10, 7, 8. Most of those people, they are political hustlers. They don't love Liberia. They don't care about Liberia. As I speak to you right now, people are doing what they know best. Political hustlers are doing their hustle. I'm talking about more all those political parties that you heard their name. Some of those people that you heard, they were running for president. Sooner or later, you will be hearing some of them being appointed in some of the managerial position, managing directors. Some of them will be named deputy ministers, assistant ministers. You'll be hearing all kinds of names. What I can tell you, moving forward, I want you to pay attention, keen attention to a lot of things, especially when it comes to when it comes to those that were running for president. Before you even look, you're going to start seeing a lot of endorsement. You're going to see a lot of endorsement. People are going to start endorsing now. And endorsement is not a bad thing. But we told you that most of these parties were in it just for name recognition. They were in it for position. They were in it to know their strength so they can use it as a bargaining chips to go to the table as to how much money they can get, how many ministerial positions they can get, how many director positions they can get, and how many of their people going to be appointed in political positions. That's why many of the parties never had platforms, didn't care about platform, didn't worry about what to tell the Liberian people as to what they have in store. Many of them didn't care because they were not in it to be president. They were not actually running for president. They were running to accomplish their personal egos. Speaking to you right now, the Unity Party, the CDC, they are all, making, taking steps towards, recruiting as many people as they can recruit, especially those political actors. And they are falling for it. Most of them are in it for money. They were not in it for Liberia. Other than that, all the political parties in Liberia, when I was looking at the result from Lofa County, actually I felt really, really, really bad for Dr. Clarence Monuba. When I saw his number from Lofa County, I felt really, really bad for him, to be honest. Because let me do this here. Yeah, we had about 46 political parties. We had about 2,471,617 registered voters. We had about 2,000 precincts, voting precincts, and we had about 5,890 polling places. If you look at some of the numbers, especially for people running for president, and you look at the number for Clarence Monuba in Lofa County, it will amuse you that this guy, Clarence Monuba, is all the way down the line. Clarence K. Monuba is number 13. How possible is that? Clarence Monuba, number 13, below Yofi, below Tunda Williams, below Gonglo Tier 1, below Tono Joshua, below Wapo Jeremiah. Imagine Clarence Monuba is below Jeremiah Wapo in Nimba, in Lofa County. Am I right? Let me make sure first. Yeah. Clarence Monuba is below all those people. Yusuf, you call Luther Yofi and Williams Weir Tudor and Gonglo, say Gonglo, Tier 1, and Tono Joshua Tom, Wapo Jeremiah, before Alexander Comics, before Simon Freeman, before Alan Brown. Alan Brown then over Commistain. Apeton then over Commistain in Lofa County. Of the whole vote in Lofa County. Lofa is supposed to be one of the strongholds for ICO. Representative candidate in Lofa, whether it was the winner, whether it was the next person to that Sekou Kole, whether it was the next person, Mariam Fofana, all of those three top people in district number 4 in Lofa County, all of those people made more number. They have received more number in Lofa, in that district, more than Lusoni Kamara made in the entire country. How realistic is that? Each one of those top 3, all of them received more vote than Lusoni Kamara made in Lofa County. All of them had received more number than Apeton. I don't even want to call Apeton, because Apeton is not even anybody. Mr. Cummings received only 1,100 votes in Lofa. How realistic can that be? How realistic can that be? Where in Joseph Juma Boagai was given 73,000 votes. 73,761 votes. George Weah making 35,000 votes. George Weah giving 35,000 votes in Lofa, while Lusoni Kamara getting 4,700 votes. When I heard people saying we are happy with our position, our alcohol level where we are, no. You shouldn't be happy about that position. You were cheated. You were cheated. All of you were cheated. All other parties below Joseph Boakai and George Weah, they were all cheated. All of them. The people who vote were not counted. It is not possible. It is not possible for even the fourth person in district number 4, Mamasa Kamara, the Justice Cabinet Janet's wife, received more vote in district number 4 than Cummings received in the entire country. She received more vote in district number 4 than Clarence Monumba in the whole Lofa. In the entire Lofa County, Clarence Monumba received only 630 votes, my people. How possible is that? Clarence Monumba receiving only 600 people voted for him. All that rally he had in Cologne, in Vaon, in Vanjama, in Zozo. All the people then that were out there campaigning for him, that only 600 people voted for Clarence Monumba. And you believe that? Appleton received more votes than Clarence Monumba in Lofa. Allen Brown received more votes than Clarence Monumba in Lofa. Jeremiah Wapo, the guy from Nimba, he received more votes, 1,064 votes for Jeremiah Wapo in Lofa County, where thereby Clarence Monumba receiving my people. Imagine people that let me go to the House of Representatives, district number 4, to tell you exactly what I'm talking about here. So the reason why we are having this conversation, we're trying to make sure that people understand exactly what we are talking about here. This is not about us. It's not about what we want. It's not about what we like. is about integrity and trust in our system. It's about integrity and trust in our system. District number 4. This guy Collins, Giselle Collins, he received 13,000 votes in district number 4. 13,027 votes. Thereby, Lucini Kamara getting less than 5,000 votes in Lofa. A representative candidate, Sekou Kole from CDC, received 8,900 votes. Thereby, Commis Clarence Monumba then receiving 600, 400, 800, 1,000 votes then. District number 4, Mayamun Bifofana, the former representative, received 5,000. In fact, Mayamun Fofana got more votes in Lofa, in district number 4 than Lusoni Kamara and Aku in the entire country. I mean, in the entire county. How possible is that? Mamasa Kamara, that's Justice Janet's wife. Mamasa received 2,236 votes. Way more than Clarence Monumba. Clarence Monumba can vote and count for now one, maybe 3 or 4 times. Clarence Monumba, Mamasa got more votes than in district number 4 more than Clarence Monumba. How fair was this process? How transparent? How free? Isn't this so disgraceful? Isn't this so discouraging? I think the people wanted to kill the political aspiration of most of these people. Other than that, possibility is just not there. You go to district number 1 in Lofa County. Thomas Fala got 12,000 votes. Way more than any vote for the number 3 and down in the entire county. Thomas Fala got more votes than both number 3 and number 2 combined in for president in the whole county. Lucini Kamara, Thomas Fala vote double, almost triple, than 3. Lucini Kamara is in 4,000. Thomas Fala is in 12,000. Almost triple. How realistic, how possible is that? So when you are ACO, when you are CPP, or you are any of those, political parties there, just put at the back of your mind that you were cheated in this election. And who I will hold responsible is the National Election Commission. Beyond that, who I will hold responsible for doing nothing is the Liberian people. Everybody agreed that they were cheated. All of them agreed, say the numbers that they were showing are not representative of their vote. And, sometimes some people think, the election is over. You got to forget what this thing here. I'm just looking at the level of weakness and disrespect. To look in the face of the people, to look at the people's face and treat them like they are not human beings, like they don't have sense. And who is doing it? I don't even know how to describe some of these people. When you look at the faces of some of the people in that election commission, you look at them, you think about their behavior, you got sick in your stomach. Imagine people like that looking at you and slap you in your face. The people are so wicked. To look at Charlene Bronskin, everything Charlene did in that place, everything Charlene did in Grand Bassa County. For somebody to look at Charlene, and believe that Charlene, the Liberty Party, the ANC combined, that they didn't get any vote close to anybody in Lufa, in Grand Bassa. Look at Gbesonga family. 55,000 votes for Gbesonga. And you look at Jonathan Kapier, the former senator, got 9,000 votes. And you look at that, then you go to the presidency. Jonathan Kapier, Gbesonga family is in 55,000. The second person to him is in Gbesonga in 55,000. The second person in 25,000. Then when you look at Kumi's number in Grand Bassa County for president, is less than 5,000. How disrespectful can these people be? That's why I don't really blame these people. I blame the Liberian people, and I will respect their right. I will respect their decision. But it's so disrespectful that in Grand Bassa County, Kumis got less than 5,000 votes. George will receive. That means Gbesonga that endorsed and work with the CPP, he received more votes than any other person that ran for position in Grand Bassa. They gave Jowia 46,000 votes. Where in the world Jowia will get more votes than the Liberty Party, than Charlene Bronskin and Cummins? And to add insult to injury, Joseph Boakai was given 36,000 votes. Imagine Gbesonga was with the CPP, endorsed the CPP, ran as independent, but endorsed the CPP, worked with Charlene together, worked with Cummins. Then in the entire county, Cummins got less than 5,000 votes. Gbesonga got 55,000 votes. How possible is that? The man that nobody knows, the man that didn't campaign anywhere, nobody heard about him, Appleton Jr., got 5,267 votes. Cummins got 4,900 votes. So sometimes it's not about this election. It's not about this. I mean, just the one election today, now. But the audacity, the level of disrespect, the courage to look in the face of the Liberian people and treat them the way they did. Sometimes I can ask myself, what do they take these people, the people for? Saying, okay, we can do it and nothing will happen because they are a bunch of stupid people, they will do nothing. And you prove that. This number for George Weah in Grand Bassa County is way below the way people voted for him. The number for Joseph Boakai is also fake. The number for those two people are fake numbers. That number, all the people that voted for Bezonga Finlay, I can tell you, can guarantee you, 90% or more, all of them, or 90% voted for Commis and Charlie Bronski. Boakai and Jowea, they all got less vote than Commis if their vote were counted properly. They just inflated their numbers. Trust me. And they know it because they wanted to meet the weakest link in the election, in the second round. They want to make everybody else irrelevant. What was given to Commis is almost 1% of what he actually accumulated. 4,900 votes. It's almost like a 1% of what he got. You know, when they were talking, Commis will get less than 7% this time around, they knew exactly what they were talking about. That was not about what the people did. It was not about how the people voted. The reason why they were saying that, they knew exactly what was in the work for them. But again, the Liberian people, if they decide, I believe they have decided to do nothing, to move on. You know, my sister just talked about the invalid vote. Let me tell you, the invalid vote, the Apeton effect, all those things were done to take vote from Commis. But if you look at Apeton's vote, it's insignificant. They're trying to tell you, say, oh, you know, Apeton get Commis vote, Apeton get Commis vote they give to Apeton. No. Even the vote they give to Lucini Kamara, Ako, is not the number they should have gotten. He should have gotten way more than that. You know, sometimes in an election, let's say, for example, the election that brought Dillon to power as senator in Montserrat, wherein Dillon got over 200,000 votes. The next person to him, Thomas Fowler, got over 100,000 votes. The person in the third position got less than 5,000 votes also. But that person is happy, saying that, yes, because there were other candidates in the election, we are happy we came third. But how significant is that third? It's nothing. If the third position you are in is less than 5% of the winner, is less than 5% of the second person to the winner, how significant is that number? So most of them looking at the position, oh, we led our position because it's a third position. But how important is the third? In an election where you have 2,400,000 people voting, an election where you have 2,471,000, and then 80% of the people voted. 78%, they say. 78% voted. That means 1,900,000 people voted. Out of 1,900,000, it give you 35,000. You say you're happy with that. You like your position. Out of 1,900,000, you did not even get 100,000. You didn't even get 50,000. In Montserrat, CPP candidate for senator, they gave her 50,000. To tell you that those numbers are insignificant, Victoria Kokwe received 50,000 plus in Montserrat. Then Losuni Kamara receiving less than 50,000 in the entire country. Then you say you're happy with your number. How? Why will you be happy with that? Why will you be happy with that? Oh, we were not counted. We were not counted. Now we are being counted. No. You are way more than that. Our people in Liberian as a whole, we always settle for less. We are very quick to be satisfied. There's no way Joseph Boakai and George Weah will receive 800,000 vote. Then you will receive less than 50,000 vote in the country. So you're happy with that. You're satisfied with that. And you have more people than that. ACO supporters in Lofa alone is more than 30,000. I can tell you that. ACO got more supporters in Lofa County more than George Weah. But they're giving ACO 35,000 in the entire country. Appleton that nobody knows. Insignificant Appleton receiving 40,000 votes. They say, Appleton came third, maybe Appleton take Comey's position. No, that's not Comey's damn position. Even 3 counties in the Southeast, Comey's got more than 50,000 votes if you put all the votes together in the Southeast. Appleton got 40,262 votes in the entire country. Say, Appleton, they gave Comey's position to Appleton. No, that's not Comey's position. George Weah and Joseph Boakai are the ones that took Comey's position. Comey should have been the first or second in this election, and they know it. But it gave him less than 1% what he's supposed to receive. Sometimes when you think about these people, man, you think about their behavior, you think about the level of disrespect and insult to the Liberian people. When you think about it, sometimes you don't just, you kind of feel discouraged about the whole country. It is so discouraging. But again, with all the political maneuvering going on, Brazilian Monk, I think I sent you the link. I send the link to you, to Steve, to Cindy. I don't know who else. Yeah, but any of you can join anytime if you want. Comey's got 1% or less than 1% of what he's supposed to receive. And let me tell you this. This election, the second round, the reason why people are struggling heavily for the second round, because They were very, very smart about the way they distributed the number proportionally amongst the candidates. Especially, they were very strategic about presidential ballot. They focused on that. They did a lot of work on that. Some areas where they needed to win. They needed to win so badly. They won all those areas. You have to understand that. Out of 73 representatives seats that were up for grabs, out of 73 representative seats, the CDC won 25 of them. Independent won about 18. I think CPP won about 6 or 4. Think about that. I think Unity Party won about 10. They kind of proportionally, divided the number among the people. But what they did, some area, they allow the actual number to play because some of the people that didn't care because they saw some of these their own people. Then let's say, for example, a color grade they are kind of like a liability on the CDC. Thomas Solomon George, then those were liability. They didn't want Thomas. I mean, they want sanity in the CDC. CDC didn't want Solomon George anymore. Saying I made out comment the last time that he wanted to be, police director for one day so he can go and kill people. You're welcome.
Thank you, Mr. Kane. How are you?
I'm doing great. So we are talking about the electoral process. So I'm looking at the level of braveness and confidence in these guys to cheat the people as if they said people they are not Liberian too. Other people are not Liberian, but I mean they nothing will happen. We just do anything we want to do and nothing will happen. But I mean, I can't just process the audacity of these guys to cheat the people in the way they did with straight face, and they care less about the people's feeling and the people themselves. Like, I mean, they're agreeing with it and then as if nothing happened. I can't understand.
Well, Mr. Kane.
But yeah, go ahead.
Well, as always, I like to greet the Liberian people. As always, I believe they're the most important people, even when it seems like they're not important. But most importantly, as I can always say, I like to acknowledge the Liberian women as the most beautiful women on earth. Mr. Kane, what we are seeing, the confirmation of what we said from day one and what we stood by, whether it's individually, collectively, or as a network, that the election, the results are fraudulent. And up until today, some of us still have that belief. I don't have to be able to substantiate it or prove it at this point, but these are facts. As evidenced by some of the numbers people are getting, the results. It's even confusing. Unfortunately, I'm listening to some Unity Party partisans or Jose Yuma Bwaga supporters now who are calling for recount that they won on first ballot. Okay. Or as opposed to going to second round. Because they have seen clearly that this whole thing was fraudulently done. But they think that they did so well to the point that they couldn't even reject the result. But this is what CDC wanted, everything to be and how they wanted it to play out. So it played out that way. You know what I'm saying? I know who have spoken with me behind closed doors and, have encouraged me to be a little measured or however you want to term it, in discussing some of these issues. Um, but it's a kind of we're headed for chaos as a country. We're headed for chaos. Let me just be very honest. We're headed for chaos. Like you said, imagine the audacity for these guys to be able to do this. The question is, what else can they do? There will be nothing done to them. There will be no consequences, especially for the Liberal. I'm not talking about our partners and other people, because I know for a fact that there will be consequences. The memo sent out by the U.S. Embassy right before the election was not for jokes.
Mm-hmm.
It was not a joking matter. So yes, there will be consequences, But hey, the Liberian people, like you said earlier, the Liberian people, how do you stand for this kind of thing? This kind of blatant, So this is kind of we're in some big trouble. And to be honest with you, I'm not focused on the election. I'm not focused on the results. I've gone past all of these things. I'm focusing on now the tremendous destruction or problem or the impact of the election that will be felt by the common people. That's what I'm focused on. Because these guys, look, these guys will run that place. They will mess it up. I mean, we're in the mess.
I don't know what happened first. What happened to your phone first? Now we are hearing.
I'm not hearing you. Let me put in the earpiece. I'll come back. Let me put in my earpiece. I'll call you back. I'm not hearing you.
Yeah, but you are sounding better now. But then you were with you whatever earpiece.
I'll call back.
Yeah. So I mean, we don't know what's going to happen in the second round, but I just believe that the integrity of our elections is very important. What will happen after the election? I don't even want to talk about that right now, because if the Liberian people, believe that the process was free, fair, and transparent, and they accept it, and they are moving on, I'll have no reason to actually say anything about what really the Liberian people will do, or the international community. But what I was looking at is that look the numbers that were given to people. If you look at Grand Cape Man, there's no way Joseph Boakai could win Grand Cape Man. It's not possible over Commies. And in the entire Grand Cape Man County, Boakai got 25,000. Joey got 25,000. Apeton, 1,600. Lucini Kamara, who's vice president coming from Cape Man there, he got 1,000. Commies in the entire Grand Cape Man County, Commies got 700 votes. Amen. I talked to one imam in Cape Man, told me their membership alone that they recruited in the few cities and villages that they around there, their membership alone, not the supporter, not other, but people who register with them as members of the CPP, there were more than 2,000 people. The woman said, how possible is that, Sekou? How possible is that? How can communists get 700 votes? The disrespect, that's what I'm looking at. How can these people look in your face and give you 700 votes? Joseph Boakai getting 25,000 votes. Joey are getting 25,000 votes. 25,000. The communists getting less than 1,000 votes in the entire Cape Mount. It's not good. I'm hearing myself. There are a lot of feedbacks coming out. You don't need a Bluetooth. I don't know why you're using a Bluetooth. You don't need earpiece. How possible is that? So now, those are the people now who are running behind communists. Whether it's United Party or the CDC. Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. So what I was saying is that the people who are running behind communists and ACO and Monuba and all the other people there that are running behind, knowing that those people's number are so insignificant to the extent that Monuba get only 600 votes in the entire Lofa. Communists get only 700 votes in the entire Cape Mount. Why are they running for these people for their support? If they got no support, they got no vote. Isn't that, indicating that what we've been saying, that the number that they got, that's not what they got? Because they know the number that people got, that's why they're running behind them. If now, why are you running behind them? They got no number, their number is not significant. Out of 2 million votes, what's 600 vote and 700 vote going to do for you?
Mr. Kennedy, they realize that they, they realize that they have realized, Mr. Kennedy, that what they did, if these people stay away, who had the original number, would dispute what they did. So they need them to be on board so that they can corroborate those fake numbers and substantiate for them, because it will not make any sense for you to have over 800,000 votes. But then when you go to the runoff, you have less than 5,000 of those votes.
500,000, yeah, you got less than 500,000 or
It's
600,000.
about the 500,000, 600,000. Because, first of all, there are people that are disenchanted that will not even partake into this because of how the government is in the process. To be very honest, a lot of people will not go to vote. The vote of China will be very, very poor. But again, it all plays to the fact that we have said from day one that these things were set up. They did it in a way that would benefit these people, and exactly that's where we are now. And we are going to be proven right and vindicated in the end, whether they like it or not. We are, because the facts remain. And Mr. Kennedy, there is no way possible, like you said, Jovia is getting even Clarence Moluba,
600 votes in the entire Lofa County.
and you get somebody like Jeremiah Wapo.
Jeremiah Wapo got 1,000 plus votes in Lofa, while Clem Monuba got 600.
Yeah, so that means the people are Lofa. When the last time you saw Jeremiah Wapo campaigning in Lofa?
What about Appleton?
So how do you take all of us to?
In fact, representative candidates in the District 4 got more votes than Lieutenant Kamara in the entire Lofa County. Lieutenant Kamara Akko received less than 5,000 votes in Lofa. How realistic is that?
Mr. Kennedy, well, I hear people saying that I should take off the headphone.
Yeah, but you can take out a headphone because the
Yeah, but
noise is too much.
I take it off, it's gonna be very low. I can't hear you.
No, you got to put your phone volume up.
Wait a minute. Give me a minute.
What kind of country boys are from all over country?
No, we discussing nobody. We're not do that thing. Forget that one. But let me take it off and then let me take it off
Yeah,
and
you're gonna come back. So I mean, I'm just kind of confused. How can people be brave to actually cheat in a way that it'll be so apparent. People will know that you are cheating, and you brave, you have the courage to do that and feel like nothing will happen. After this election, trust me, nothing, when I say nothing, nothing, absolutely nothing will surprise me again in Liberia when it comes to election. Even if you tell me, say, a blind man will come, or the man who is deaf will come and run for president and win with all the people there, among all the everybody, all the good people in Liberia, for Appleton to just come and just go over everybody. For Clarence Monuba.
Yeah, I think I can hear you now.
You can hear me now?
Yeah, 100%.
So you don't have the earpiece no more?
No.
See, I told you. I told you from Bobola home. What I call that place there? Bobola home?
Forget that thing. Did that thing. Let this was the issue.
Bobola home. Yeah, so Steve, okay, that was about the reason why I mentioned the Lieutenant Camara vice president from Cape Man. Lieutenant Camara, vice president of Cape Man, America wouldn't bring 1,000 votes. Then we are getting 25,000 votes. Baka getting 25,000 votes. Only about 300 votes separating Jovia and 244,000 votes. 244 votes separating Via and Baka. They give it to Baka, saying that Baka won it, but the number between there is very insignificant, just like 200 votes. So, Lieutenant Camara, vice president, who is from Cape Man, who they brought in 1,000 votes in the entire country, when Joey are making, bringing 25,000 votes, and Buckeye.
Mr. Ghana, let me get easy. If the Liberian people rejected everybody else besides Joseph Boakai and Joe Weah, if that's because that's what is the numbers that the cooked up project, right? The question is, why is George Weah and Joseph Boakai chasing people who they rejected, who the Liberian people rejected? They play what they get a number there. They should already be going there and securing those numbers and going back and making the same case that they made to the Liberian people for the Liberian people to vote for them that way. It's simple. People rejected people. Then you're running behind them. You're who they selected. Why are you running behind the people? You need to just go convince, because among two of them, they probably get almost 86, 85, or 90% of the votes. Among two of them.
Yeah, they got everything.
They got 90% of the vote. So I don't understand. But here is something that people are overlooking. And when we say there will be consequences for your choices, people think we wish bad for Liberia. Let's be clear. Let's be very, very clear. If you think Alex Tyler built to our way, Nathaniel McGill, and other people are going to the Senate, the way the CDC put it, send it to the Senate. If you think they're going there to just do the regular thing, you ain't seen nothing yet. And yes, what are the Akaras Gray, the George Solo, these people, like you said, Mr. Kane, they saw them as liabilities.
Come on, George.
They saw these guys as liability to drop them off. They saw them as liability. But I also wouldn't be surprised if they bring them in the executive.
Of course. Oh, that is for sure.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Either in the executive or give them some key position in the parties where they'll be getting money.
So what are you liking on that? Those boys are setting the stage for another level of criminality. They're setting the stage for that.
So either way you put it, we're in some serious mess. And hey,
Yeah, but Steve, somebody told me that that these guys, the Appleton's vice president was even making fun of the whole thing, saying that they don't even know where they're going to get their number from.
yes,
The
Appleton,
Appleton himself is even confused. I mean, how he's getting those numbers, because he was not even expecting himself to come even in the fifth or sixth position. He was just there.
in fact, he has been speaking. He has been talking. He has been one of the guys that have been very vocal. He has been talking. And Appleton is seeing it as a way to be passing around, made himself popular when the same people transit Joseph Boaga were wearing when he went to the court. The BB old school transit and the BB one and the Vulas. He wearing the same thing passing around with. I see him with what they put their name. CDC people. I saw him on a picture with what they got name. The deputy speaker, Fanatic Kofa. I saw that. I see him going around. Some kind of celebrity. He making this thing look like some kind of celebrity thing.
Who was that? The guy?
Appleton. Oh, you see Appleton? I was saying Appleton. Someone Appleton BB tries it to you. Appleton is when BB tries it and passing it around and making himself look funny in the time. The scene where Joseph Boaga was testifying against Cummings, he was making himself look like they were making it look like that's kind of cool thing they were doing. They would bring Serena Seaforth and the thing out of the car and they carry him back. That the same thing Appleton doing. And
where's Serena Seaforth in the whole thing? Other people then who were criminally, who were accused of being criminal, who are actually sanctioned by the United States, are now member of the.
Well, Serena Seaforth, to be very honest with you, Serena Seaforth was a handful for the CDC. They were only using him because they saw that he was enthusiastic and he was looking for something to do. So they were only using him to do some of the dirty work because he has some kind of legal credential. Serena Seaforth are dead bad to the CDC. They don't care about Serena Seaforth.
Actually, they actually giving that something because of Cabinet Janet case. Because he was their lawyer, and to compensate him for whatever he did, in that case, that's when they gave him that position, as a payback for being the lawyer for the government's lawyer, to prosecute Justice Janet. But I don't want to actually really get.
Yeah, but Mr. Kane, for all indications, I want to say something on here. For all indications, like I said, I don't want to pinpoint somebody, but again, I'll repeat myself. Senator Darius Dillon is behaving very funny, very, very weird. That blue plastic bag that he had with a tally sheet or whatever it is in it. You see, you don't want to put yourself on record lying for people. And I think Senator Darius Dillon has been caught in another web of lies.
Yeah.
We're following the lead on something. And we'll discuss it later on tonight, me and you. Senator Darius Dillon, they're creating false hope and they're lying. The United Party that we say on the show, ate the pool washers' money. We said it on the show. They ate the pool washers' money. They do not have the tally sheets as they claim. They don't.
Ladies and gentlemen, our flight to Phoenix is a full flight.
Oh. All right. So let me say this, man. The people who are willing to participate in the election, those who are willing to participate, believe me, we are studying the whole process. Whatever happened in the first round, we're just talking about it, just to clarify your minds on a lot of different things. We said the process was fraudulent. We are not there. We do not have any documentary evidence to show you how, but from the common sense perspective, we know it was fraudulent. The numbers are not adding up, they don't make sense. However, if the Liberian people decide to go for the second round, as it seems to be, we will definitely weigh the two parties. We will look at the Unity Party, we'll look at the CDC Party, and see what happened. Because we're going to factor in a lot of things. What it will mean for Liberia to have Joseph Nyimabuaka as president, given all the baggages he has with him. Also, we will look at what it means for Liberia to have a continuity of George Weah inept government. We will look at everything. We know George Weah, we have said it, time without number, that we believe George Weah was incompetent, that George Weah was inept. We will look at that. We'll also look at the fact that who is Joseph Nyimabuaka? Is it going to be Joseph Nyimabuaka's government, if at all he wins? Or is it going to be Jeremiah Kung and Green Johnson government? And who are the actors? With George Weah, you have Samuel Tuel, McGee, Eugene Nangbe, all those other people. But then we also come back to count the people around Joseph Nyimabuaka. You don't forget to mention Prince Johnson, people like Eugene Fangon, Stephen Witherspoon, George Soloden. So we will actually weigh the options, and we will look at the short term and the long term effect on the country. We will look at it. We look at the interests of Liberia. If we think actually these are bitter pills that cannot be swallowed, that we are required to sit by and do nothing, we will. But if we see that actually these are two bitter pills, but one is better than the other, looking at the short term and the political interest, then we will make a decision. Either way, we will make a decision. Whether it's to sit by and do nothing, just watch the whole team play a full neutral role, invite all of them here, open our doors to all of them to discuss the political, atmosphere, political activities. Or when we take a position, we'll go full blast to tell you why we decide certain thing. We'll convince our people. We'll give you reason as to why we believe one is better than the other. That is if we decide to support one side. But like I said the last time, where we stand right now, we are not going to actually badmouth George Weah for Boakai or Obama Boakai for George Weah. We are still studying the process. But soon, and very soon, we'll make our position clear, because you know why? It's not going to be, we don't have 3-4 weeks or months to the second round. Time is of essence. Basically, by this time next week, people will be campaigning heavily. The CDC, the Unity Party, if everything remains constant, they will be campaigning heavily by this time next week. I would say from tomorrow, from Monday, Tuesday, or to Friday, before you look, before next week, the campaign will be even heated than the first round. So we have heard a lot of people. We have talked to a lot of people. We've talked to some people from Unity Party, some people from the CDC, and some people from the CPP, some key people from the CPP. It will amaze you that there are people from the CPP that are saying that in as much as they don't like Unity Party people attitude, some of them preferred George Weah over, Boakai over George Weah. Some of them. Equally so, some of them are saying, regardless of everything that happened, even though they believe that George Weah government could have with the election commission to cheat them, some of them are saying they can actually process a possibility of Joseph Boakai's presidency, given everything around him. So people are kind of divided. But to what extent, I'm not going to say that right now. We'll talk about that later on. We'll make a decision, because we have opened ourselves to everybody, our fans and supporters, our community, religious leaders, everybody. We open ourselves. We have had a lot of conversations. Some people are telling you, no way, this person, it cannot be this person no matter what. Some people are saying, no, we will support this person regardless of this other person. So for us, it's difficult, to be honest. For me personally, it's difficult for me to sit by and do nothing. A lot of people depend on us for direction. A whole lot. Maybe you don't know. Or maybe you know. We have other parties that we are not members of. We are not a member of those parties, but we have a stake in it. Yes. There are parties that are significant in this process. We are not registered members of those parties, but we have some leverage. So a lot of people look up to us. So you don't want to dash everybody's hope. And from the feedbacks that we are getting, a lot of people want us to take a side. Even though there are people who say, no, don't take side, just let it be. Especially those who are angry about the process. People who think that the process was fraudulent, they are telling us, don't take a side, just let the people play out. Let the whole process play out. Don't get involved. Those are people that are still angry, that are mad that the process was fraudulent. But again, Liberia first. Liberia first. And what I know what I know, whether or not we support Osar, in the coming few days, in the coming days, you will see a lot of endorsement, support for this person, for that person coming up shortly. I'm aware that there will be some political leaders, there will be some chairpersons of campaigns, there will be some former candidates, some standard bearer, former standard bearers, there will be some newly elected representatives, newly elected senators, independent senators. There will be most of them making endorsement shortly. Yeah, most of them. And somebody say cash violence. In Liberia, everything is possible. Anything is possible in Liberia. There are people who will give position, will give support for money. There will be people who will support for the future, for future political activities. There will be people who will actually give support for appointed position that they're going to be promised. There are people who will give up their position to support one party against the other for future alliance or alliances. So there are a lot of things going on right now that I'm aware of. I'm privileged to listen to some of the conversation. Some I was told, and from credible and reliable sources. Sooner rather than later, you will see a lot of endorsement. And politics is not cheap. That is a fact. People who are reaching out, they are reaching out with everything in their arsenal, everything. At the end of the day, the Liberian people will decide. But when we say Liberian people will decide, do you want to be part of those Liberians that will decide the future of our country? Or do you want to sit by and allow other people to decide for you? If you're sitting by and not doing anything or saying anything, will that help? Will that solve your problem? Or will that even augment your anger? If you think, for example, if you think the CDC is bad, if you sit by and do nothing and CDC go and win a game, will that help you? Or if you think the United Party is the worst, if you sit by and watch United Party going to win the presidency for the next 6 years and beyond, or perhaps since Liberia everybody believe in 12 years, if United Party is to win this again, they will be going for 12 years. Or if the CDC wins, perhaps they will have their 12-year completed that they were yearning for. What going to be the political atmosphere after that? So it's like sitting by and doing nothing for many people is not an option. But we will make our decision. We'll make a decision very soon. It will be very clear about it. The reason that we're going to be making decision and be very clear about it, because we are not deceitful people. We believe in Liberia. We love Liberia. So regardless of what happened, we have to do something. That's why I was advising Joseph Barker people Some of the little minds that are attacking, insulting people that have no idea about what's going on behind the scene, I advise them to stop. You don't even know what your leaders are doing. You don't know who they are talking to. Do not live in the past. Whatever happened during the first round is already overweight. If we're going to have like a rerun of the election, to redo the election and go through an election process, then that's a different thing. But as long as you are in the second round now, you don't know whether you are CDC or you are Unity Party. You have to be very careful. You got to walk on the fine line. Don't continue to attack people. You don't even know what your leaders are doing. You don't know who they are talking to. And some people are very thin-skinned. Some people, not only they are thin-skinned, but they take everything serious. For me personally, these people that are called little minds, peanut brains, and all those stuff, I don't take their attack seriously. Trust me. They insult me, they insult my mouth, they insult my power. I don't take it seriously. Because I know some of them, they see the politics as fun, as sport. They don't know the importance of the decision that people are making right now. They don't know the importance of it. So, if you are CDC supporters and you want the CDC to win, you got to massage or be very selective of what you say, because you don't know who your leaders are talking to. If you're a Unity Party, you got to be very, very careful. You bring a lot of breaches, a lot of opposition already. You don't want to add insult to injury. You don't know who might support you. Some people, in as much as they hate the Unity Party people behavior, but some of them will support because they don't want to see the continuity of George Weah government. Equally so, in as much as all the bad things have been said about George Weah and his government, but people can just process the fact that they want to see Joseph Boakai presidency, that Prince Johnson and Jeremiah Kun are running a country. How America will look at the country. How America will, will see the whole. So some people can just get it. So if you are CDC, if you are Unity Party, you could possibly get support from anywhere or anybody. You just don't know how people are thinking. Everybody in the country, we know very well the numbers you guys have are all made up numbers. You know very well, vast majority of the country are not happy. We had about 20 candidates, 46 political parties. Among the 46 political parties and 20 candidates for president, over 900 candidates for legislature, you only have 2 people left. So take into account all the other 44 political parties in the country are to participate in the decision making between the 2 of you. All the 44 political parties, they will be taking side. And most of them were in it for themselves. They were not in it against either one of you. They were in it for themselves because they believed, they thought they had the best option. They have a better answer for the country. Now that their parties are not in there, they will have to make a choice. Equally so. those presidential candidates, some of them will sit by and do nothing. They will not participate. But I can tell you, majority of them will participate in the process. So you got to be careful how you attack people. You got to be careful how you talk to people. The campaign, the first phase of the campaign is over. Everybody that says something to you, if you still want their support, you got to be careful. Forget about them. Focus on your main opponent right now, which is the Unity Party or the CDC. So I'll open the line if anybody want to participate. If not, we'll be here for 7 more minutes and we'll call it a day. The lines are open. You can call in and participate. What do you think about the entire electoral process? And what are your expectations going into the second round? Yes, of course, I know, beside the talking in the back, some of you have actually told us, Sekou, we believe you, we trust you. If you think what is best for Liberia, because you have more information than us, you talk to more people than us. Some of you have promised me that whatever decision we make, you will support it, because you know we'll always be in the interest of Liberia. Some of you said no matter what happened, you're just done with this whole politics, because I know you're angry. I know you're angry. Me too, I am. Because I hate for somebody to take advantage of me. For somebody to think that they know better than me, or we are stupid. You're a bunch of stupid people. Yeah. Some people, they will not participate. But I can tell you, at the end of the day, whatever happened, some of us will not sit down and turn our back to Liberia. No matter what happened. Because what happened, there must be an end game. If we just get angry and let the people do whatever they want to do, so at what point this thing will change? Are we going to forgo Liberia? Are we going to let other people to decide the future of our country, to do whatever they want to do? Or are we going to somehow enter in some sort of negotiation that will make us to make decisions for Liberia in the future? Because if you sit by and allow the criminals to make the decision for you, they will continue making decisions not only this year, 6 years after, and 6 years after, and 6 years after, and 6 years after. That means we will be bystanders. We'll be a bunch of bystanders in the affairs of Liberia. That's the problem. You either make a decision. If you think United Party people will serve your agenda based on your agreement with them, whether they will incorporate some of your policy prescription, whether they will make way for you to be able to impact the life of the Liberian people somehow. If you think United Party people can do that for you, you better do that. If you think the CDC will be able to incorporate some of the good things that you have in store for the Liberian people, if they are willing to work with you to accomplish some of the things that you want for the Liberian people, then definitely you have to do that. But you can't say, I'm angry, I'm leaving the whole thing. Then that means it's like you having your family home. Your father built a home for all of you guys. You're living in there. But one of your brothers, or one of your older brother make you angry. Then you say, you know what, I'm going to go live with my neighbors. I'm living in a house here. I'm living in a place here with my people, with the other family members. I don't care what happened to this family now. I don't care what happened to this home. Whatever happened, I'm not there anymore. I don't care. Whether all of them die, whether all of them survive, they're not my business. No. You would think like that. Everybody would not think like that. That is one way to study frustrating people when they're angry. They just want to be by themselves. They don't want to bother with anybody. There's another way too. You don't even know how your political leaders are thinking. People that you trust. People that you trust, the people that you think could make decisions for you. People that you think that could be president, vice president, ministers. You don't even know how they are thinking. What's in their mind? What are some of the discussions they are having behind the scene? You don't even know. So some of you are just following your emotion. Nobody is happy about this election process. We all know it was fraudulent. We all know the results are fake. But should we disown Liberia because of certain criminals trying to make us angry? That means if you do that, you are giving them exactly what they want. They want you to be discouraged. They want you to be angry. They want you to forgo Liberia so they can do whatever they want to do with the country. So in the end, somebody say, what Ruth is saying? Oh no. Ruth is saying that, oh, we didn't take SAR one now. To answer your question, my sister Ruth, when we said we would take a position, right now, we are not saying anything negative or good about anybody. We are saying the same thing about all of them. SKTV may not officially, as an institution, endorse a party for president. We didn't do that. We haven't done that. But we will always draw the contrast. That's what we did throughout the process. But in that process, because we tried to enlighten the Liberian people about the different candidates, about their accomplishment, and what to expect, people within themselves, without we telling them anything, decided to say, oh, Seku and SKTV, they are supporting commies. We never one day sat here and said, oh, we are supporting commies, we are supporting CPP. No. But we made a case to the Liberian people to choose between good, bad, and ugly. And that's exactly what we'll do. When we say we will not sit by, that means we will not just sit by and allow everything to just happen. Knowing that something is bad, we'll make it very clear to the Liberian people. If you want to go for this one year, go for it. But these are the things that we believe happen to it. If you want to go for this one year, there are some good things and there are some bad things. We'll tell you the good thing and the bad thing. Those who will somehow feel that they have more negative, more bad on their side, and they don't want us to talk about it, they will accuse us of supporting one party against the other. That's exactly what happened. We thought, and I still believe that everybody that ran in that election for president, we believe Cummings was a better person based on his track record, based on his personality, based on his involvement in no corruption activity, based on his involvement in no war or anything that brought the havoc and mayhem on the Liberian people. We know that Cummings, with his connection and his understanding of administration, we thought Cummings was the better person. But it was now our job to kind of tell you, say, go vote for Cummings. But what we did, we explained to everybody what we think Cummings brings to the table. We told you the flux about George Weah, the level of inaptitude and incompetence of George Weah. We told you about how Joseph Boakai is a tribalist, how Joseph Boakai is a divisionist. We told you about all of those things. So our job, when we say we'll not say by we'll take a side, it means that we'll always stand with what we believe will be better for Liberia. That is the side we are taking. We are not coming to say, hey, today, SKTV, we are endorsing George Weah, or today we are endorsing or Joseph Boakai. No, we are not doing that. But when we decide to participate in the process that we did in the first round, we will definitely come out and draw a clear contrast. That's exactly what we do. Because it's a Liberia problem. We are not taking things personal either. I know many of you are angry because your candidate was cheated. I'm not going to say your candidate did not do good, did not win, because I know Liberian people did not vote the way it was, it has been presented. I don't believe that for a minute. I still believe Cummings have more votes than both Boakai and George Weah individually. I believe if the process was free, fair, and transparent, Cummings will have accumulated more votes than any other. Cummings will have come first or very, very close second. And I believe none of them will have accumulated 40% of the vote. But putting these two people over 40% is all fake. It was done to disrespect other people, to discourage other people, to demoralize other people, to make you feel insignificant in the electoral process. I know that. But if Liberian people sit by and do nothing, they believe that whatever the people doing, they're doing the right thing, who cares? They voted. They have the right to stand up and say, no, this is not how we voted. These things are fake. They allow the people to disrespect them, to tell them they are a bunch of stupid people. They say, yes, we are stupid. Who am I to say no? I mean, we were the very first. SKTV was the very first major media outlet on social media and on radio to come out to question the credibility of this election. We were the first to say the process was fraudulent, that we don't believe the result. We believe the numbers are not making sense. Before any other person could jump the web, could join us to say, yes, you guys are right. Now today, even United Party people that were telling us, oh, because you guys are saying that because Cummings is not doing well, they are now joining us to say, you guys were right. We did that. We didn't do it for a particular person or particular group of people. We just believe that was the right thing to do. We know a lot of people look up to us. We know people respect us. We know people take us very seriously. So when we come here, we do anything we're doing, we are doing it for Liberia and the good people. There's going to be a lot of, few angry people out there. They're going to be angry for a while. They're going to say they're done with Liberia. We're not going to be done with Liberia, regardless of who is in the... Even if Joseph Boakai win today, the election, we're not going to be done with Liberia. We'll be there to hold his feet to fire. If George Weah win again, we will be here to hold his feet to fire. We're not got tired. We're not got tired educating the Liberian people. We believe this time around, we educated them enough by drawing the contrast, the differences between all of them. And I believe Liberian people voted the way they should have voted, but their vote was not counted the way it should have been counted. However, we still need to encourage the Liberian people. We still need to educate them to learn how to stand up for themselves when they are cheated. how to stand up for themselves when people slap them in their faces. Let them stand for themselves. We will encourage them how to protest peacefully. We will encourage them how to stand up and peaceably assemble, to encourage them, to educate them that that is their fundamental right under the Constitution of Liberia. That they have the right to stand up, to contest, to protest, and to also cause civil disobedience, to tell the people, say, no, this is not our way. This is not us. You are cheating or you are lying to us. To allow the international community to know what's going on. Hold on 1 second. Hello, Uncle, are you calling to speak on the show or what?
Yes.
Okay, I thought you were just calling to talk to me. That's why I didn't say anything. Yeah, so go ahead. You're live on SKTV. Please call your name and tell us what you want to say. But you have a lot of noise behind you. You got a lot of noise behind you. You got to tune down the monitor you're listening to.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway.
You're live.
Yeah, anyway. Mr. Sekukene, my nephew, thank you very much for picking up my call. I'm Noah Sharif, calling from Phoenix, Arizona. And I just want to, echo on what Chairman Ensign Dollar just said right now about, the past election and the upcoming runoff. So I 100% agree with Chairman Dollar about what he said. Telling Ako.
It looks like you're watching the yesterday's show. Yeah, you're watching yesterday's show. This is a live show right now. Yes. Dollar was on yesterday. We discussed Ako issue yesterday. So,
okay.
Yeah, that's why you're listening to. But this is a different show right now. This is a new show, live show right now.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
Yeah, I can hear the other recording out there. Caller, what is your name and where you calling from? 651 number, last 4 digits 7671.
Hi, my name is Jackson. I just wanted to make some points.
Go ahead.
As to where you are. Yeah. I know you say Liberians will have to take a side. This election, we all had a side from the beginning. If we felt that our side was cheated, I mean, the election was a terrible election, not free, not fair, not transparent. Why should we now go? They got two candidates. Those two candidates that we know, we that stood on the side and said, no, these two candidates have served us for 18 years and did not do nothing for us. Because they didn't do nothing for us, we are going to fight against them. And the three two candidates who suspected them of conniving with each other to kick us out of the race. Now, people telling us to take a side. Should we pick between these two candidates that we already know that it's election? How
can two of them connive with each other? We know one person can cheat. If you believe there was a cheating, then that cheating is the CDC government and the National Election Commission. You cannot blame the Unity Party for cheating. You can only blame them for accepting the cheating because they feel it's in their favor. So you can't blame them. You can't blame the Unity Party for cheating. And if your people feel that they were cheated and the election was fraudulent, like you must believe, trust me, they will have done something to say we were cheated. They will have got it on the street to say we were cheated. But if they sit by supinely and do nothing, it means that nothing happened. Nobody cheated anybody. That's my belief.
Okay. Are you done?
I'm not done yet. I just said something, but you can go ahead.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, what I'm saying here is this. The Unity Party from the beginning, when people started complaining of fraud, they were the same people that accepted this result when it was coming up from the beginning. When it started going against them, Then they started, they agreed with Sisi. But that's not even my point. That's not even my point. When you look at the actors, within both parties, we that stood, we say, you know what? These people are not good for our country. How do we compromise our earlier thinking than today?
Okay.
How do we compromise that?
Yeah, let me answer that question. Just stay here. We're having a conversation now, right?
Yes. Yep.
That's the place where political decision comes in. Political people who follow politicians, people who vote, people who have belief in certain political party or in certain political ideology or political process, people who believe in certain people to lead their country, their calculations of politics, their understanding of politics is totally different from political actors themselves. You believe whatever happened, both people connived or conspired against you to do whatever they had to do. So definitely you don't have to support any of them. That which is fair enough for somebody who is a supporter of a candidate. But when you are a political actor, you're not just looking at today, you're not just looking at the election that's going to happen right now. But what is in the interest of the Liberian people in the long run? Or what is in the interest of you and the people that you represent in the long run? Do you want to give Liberia to the Unity Party that you believe conspired, first of all, to cheat, to destroy the opposition political party, wherein you could have removed this bad government institutionally? Do you want to support a Unity Party that we have Prince Johnson? You want to say by allow Prince Johnson a Unity Party and Jeremiah Kun and the likes of Joseph Fang and other people? Do you want to say by and allow people to take over the country? And if they take over the country, what does that mean for the political future of you, your party, and the person that you're supporting for the next election and the election after that? Do you think when the Unity Party take over, are you going to wait for another 12 years or 6 years before you even having the opportunity? Are you going to have chance to even change what is going on right now in the political system? You're going to put that into account and make decision. What is in it for you? Is the Unity Party willing to take everything that you have or to incorporate your ideas, your principle, your policy prescriptions, to incorporate that in theirs in order to change the life of the Liberian people? Unity Party willing to do that? You have to put all of that into consideration before going to the election. Do you think, okay, let me finish. Do you think, okay, should I give George Weah a continuity despite all the killings, all the barbarism going on in the country? Should I just prefer George Weah over Unity Party, given the fact that all the corrupt-minded people that were sanctioned, they stay there? Should we do anything that will actually, so you put those things into consideration? Then you also consider, so if George Weah is to go for a second round, after George Weah winning the second round, who else? Could we still have a chance after George Weah? Could we still have communists or anybody from CPP or CD or NC or whatever running and have a chance to win? When George Weah is there or Unity Party is there, who do you have a chance with? And how do you change those things that are going on from outside? Do you have to win the presidency, or do you have to work with somebody that will win or that have the chance of winning to do some of the things that you want to do in Liberia? Do you have to wait for 10 to 12 years? Do you have to wait for 6 years? The people who are political actors, they get involved in all of those things. In fact, as I speak to you now, they are talking to people, they are talking to each other, whether or not they'll be giving them some ministry that will change some of the way things are happening in Liberia. Whether it's health ministry to change the way health sectors are being treated in Liberia, to change the educator, to give them Ministry of Education, to give them Ministry of Finance, the way people are having conversation. So politicians think differently from the way people that are supporting them. I want you to understand that. So what I want to tell you, eventually, politicians are going to make their decision. And you, the one that following politicians, you have the right to say, my political leader, my people that support, people that believe in politics, whoever you support, I will follow you. Or you know what? I don't care who you're supporting. I don't care what decision you will take. I don't care what direction you will take. I don't care. I care less about the whole thing. I'm out. There will be people that will be in. There will be people that will be out for a very long time. But regardless of whatever decision you make as a person, I am not going to follow one direction. But I know vast majority of Liberian people will want to do what will be in their best interest, not just for today, but for the future. I'm listening.
Okay. Now you have speak politics. Now let's speak morals, right? You already speak the political side. Let's talk morals now.
Okay. I'm listening.
Right? Yeah. Now, since you already talked the politics, let's talk morals. What can your morals allow you to do in this kind of time? Right? In this kind of time, where you see everything in the country that is going wrong, you can see everything that's going wrong between these two. When you look at the side of Joseph Boakai, look at everybody that's behind him. When you look at the side of George Weah, you look at everybody that's behind George Weah. I mean, do you think any of those two can do any difference? I mean, we know. I'm not talking about a political side. I'm talking about we the people. I'm not a politician. We the people. If you look at both of them, you know that they are not in the interest of our country, especially in a fraudulent election. How do we do that? We reject them by not even showing up to vote on our day. Whoever they want to make president, going to accept us. You know, they're going to accept us. They're going to accept us. And guess what? Those two are no different. There's no change going to come. You put Joseph Boakai there, it's not going to be a change.
So my question to you now. So what is the end game in this whole thing? When do you think Liberia will be over?
The end game here is the Liberian people. The Liberian people did not pay. You guys are the one that pay. That's the end game. The Liberian people did not pay. The Liberian people did not pay. You see the road turnout. You saw the election from the beginning. You saw high turnout. People turned out. They voted. Their vote was not respected. Why should they go back to vote?
Okay, so I'm asking you now. Let me just answer your question about moral first. In politics, my brother, politicians, some have moral, some don't have moral. But decisions of politicians are not based on moral. They are based on the interest of themselves, their political institutions, and the people that believe in them, people that believe in them. It has nothing to, that's why politics, we always tell you that politics is not about mosque or church. Politicians follow their interest, the interest of their political parties, the interest of the people that are representing them. So, and the people who follow them look up to them for decision. That is the problem. I understand your frustration, but what I want you to know, my brother, when you say we the people, the same people we're talking about now are the same people that we believe that voted rightly and for the people they wanted, but yet their vote, we believe, was not counted the way it should have been counted. But they are sitting there agreeing that the way it was counted, that's how they voted. So we can sit here all we want to accuse them of cheating, to accuse them of rigging the election, but we have nothing that is admissible in the court of law to say, yes, indeed, they cheated. The reason why we are saying they cheated because we believe the numbers are not making sense. But is that enough to go to court? The best thing for Liberia, would have been people who voted in Maryland to say in the entire Maryland county, in the whole county, even though 8,000 people vote for CPP's representative candidate, district number 2, but only 1,200 people vote for communists in the entire Maryland county. How come the people of Maryland county not getting up to say, you know what, this is not how we voted? How come people in Grand Cape Mount, wherein we believe communists will have won that election in Cape Mount County, people of Cape Mount are not getting up to say, you know what, this is not how we voted. Communists got only 700 votes in the entire Cape Mount. People in Moswado County, they're telling you so communists get less than 10,000 votes in Moswado, when Victoria Koko of the CPP got over 50,000 votes. Where are the supporters of communists and the CPP in Moswado, in Cape Mount, in Maryland? Grand Bassa County, they say the Bassa Belt. When all the programs the CPP had in Grand Bassa County, they have more than 30,000 people came out. All the programs. Where are those people? How come they didn't say this is now we voted? Just got on the street peacefully with wet towel, wet handkerchief. Say, no, this is not how we just getting on the street to let the world know that this is not how we voted. We were cheated. And they're sitting down, the whole Bassa bill, the Bassa people, they're sitting down, believing that this is how the people voted. What do you want me to do? We can only accuse the people. Let me tell you something. Beside the common people refusing to get out, do you know the reason why I believe the CPP and major players are silent? Because most of them didn't do their due diligence. Every effort you made, every effort I made, and everybody else made in the process to make sure the Liberian people will get out and support the right thing and do the right thing and vote for the right person. We have no way of knowing that because the people who were leading the process did not do their due diligence by making sure they listened to us. When we said the people are going to cheat in the election, they never listened. They did nothing to counter it. And not only that, they had nothing valuable to contest with. Absolutely nothing. So you can't say because of lackadaisical behavior of other people, that you gave up on your country. No. People didn't do their due diligence.
I'm not saying we should give up our country.
Yeah, but you telling people say nobody should do anything or say bye, everybody should just say bye. It means that you are giving up on your country. You got to, the only way you can fix it, you got to make sure you do something about it. You got to do something about it. And like I tell you now, for political standpoint, you either say, you know what, I will support Joseph Boakai, believing that CDC cheated, either they don't want control ANC, how you call it, the election commission, they did that. I will support Joseph Boakai, so the CDC can pay for what they did. You can try to do that. And guess what? When you're doing that too, you got to put into perspective. When you put CDC there, what will be the chances of you getting anywhere close to the presidency moving forward? Or you could say, you know what? Unity Party is the one that actually destroyed the CPP. They destroyed the opposition political party, and they never stood up with the opposition in anything. So rather go with the CDC and make sure that when they are 12 years finished, maybe we'll have a chance. Or maybe by then, we'll help them get some things done. We can face the system. Maybe we can take over. You can make a decision. Either way you go. But you have to make a decision. You can't just say, because you think you were cheated, people got nothing to show. People who voted, they care less about how their vote is counted. Then you say you must say that you do nothing. No, you can't. It doesn't work like that. Me, if there are people going to go on the street, let me tell you something today. Even if 100 people, 200, 300, 500 people, we're going to get on the street today in Grand Bassa County, in Maryland, in Nimba, in Lofa, in Cape Mount, in Bomi. Look at Bomi, for example. Bomi County, let me show you something. Bomi County, they say Commies got 400 votes in the entire county of Bomi. Where are the people that voted for Commies? You go to Monserrado County. In the entire Monserrado County, they say like 11,000 people vote for Commies. Monserrado got 900,000 registered voters. Commies got 150,000 plus vote, 127,000 votes in 2017 when nobody knew him. Where are they? So when the people sit down and say nothing happened to them, this is the way they voted, what do you expect us to do? We're not going to give up on the country because of people lack of behavior or people failure to do their due diligence. We got to make sure we get into the system. Whether the Joseph Boaga we think will fix it, whether Joseph Boaga can work with us to fix it, to get us to the actually to get Liberian what they deserve, whether the Jowea can do it for us to make sure that we get into the system, we make sure that we see exactly what's going on, so we can all work around this thing, so we can stop this kind of fraudulent behavior, this bad attitude of so-called leaders. Group of them not doing their due diligence, group of them are cheating their people, group of them being very disrespectful to their people, and some Liberian people have been brainwashed. They have been brainwashed that they cannot even stand for themselves. If I were in Liberia and I voted, even number one, I want to walk on that street to go and say there and say, hey, I'll have my placard in my hand. I believe this vote is fraudulent. This election is fraudulent. It was not free. It was not fair. It was fake. Every number that they're giving to people right now are fake. I'll go to stay on the street with it. At least 1 or 2 people, 3 people, 4 people, 5 people are going to join me. But you know why they are not doing that? Because they believe in the result. And those who are leaders, they are ashamed to do that because they didn't do their due diligence. They got nothing to show for it. That's the problem. So we cannot give up on Liberia because of lack of tactical behavior of other people or people failure to do their due diligence when they were supposed to, when they knew everything. We told them that the people were going to cheat. Do you know that United Party, that is, United Party happy to go up there because you know what they found and say in the second round? They never had no damn pool washer anywhere. Few areas they have, few pool washers, but they got nothing to argue that they were cheated. So when the fund is set up there, they are happy. You know why CPP is not doing anything? Because they have no documentary evidence yet, as we know, to prove that they were cheated. I don't think they had pool washer as was promised. So you can't blame anything right now. This thing is kind of just bad. Everything just went bad from all angles. People didn't do their due diligence. There are some things that we will say. We will not say it now. But we know we play our part in life. Everything you do in this life, my brother, make sure you play your part. If other people fail to play their part, you're not responsible for their behavior. Go ahead and say whatever you want to say so we can go.
Yeah, thank you. Everything you say, especially when it comes to the last the CCP, there's a lot of things they didn't do. Some of those things we don't want to talk about. We don't want to talk about it, right? We don't want to talk about it right now. There's a lot of things they didn't do, especially when it comes to the pool washer. The time, they delayed until most of those places we know have pool washer. Granted, I'm just saying, if the process was not fair from the beginning, how is it going to be fair in the runoff? Well, how is it going to be fair in the runoff? So if it was fraudulent then, it's going to be fraudulent now. So I
agree.
Me and my family,
I agree.
I'm not going to put it in already.
My brother, I agree with that mindset, and you have the right. You have the right to do that. But I can tell you, SKTV, we're not going to blow our own trumpet here. But I can tell you, even those that don't like us, they trust us. Even those that don't like us, they believe us. Trust me, They know we always stand for the truth. We don't care as to who is at the receiving end. There were a lot of ball dropping in the process. There were a lot of ball dropping in the process. The reason why CPP is silent right now, there were a lot of people into the process thinking that they're going to enrich themselves at the expense of Alexander Cummings. When they didn't see that, they felt weak. They felt reluctant. They allowed a lot of things to slide. They were very, 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 very deceptive. Some of them, not all of them. And because of that, a lot of things went bad. So when you talk so, you talk so. If you talk about the cheating, if you talk about how bad the election commission is, you talk about how wicked the CDC is, you talk about how weak, how feeble, and totally disoriented some member of the CPP were in the process. Some of them were fake. Some of them thought this was an opportunity for them to enrich themselves, to get money from commies in the labyrinth in the diaspora, just to enrich themselves. Some of them saw this as an opportunity to marry from the beautiful Liberian women that live in the diaspora because they love their country. They saw it as an opportunity to get a woman here to sponsor them so they can come to America. Some of them, they saw it as an opportunity that to get a woman that will give them businesses in Liberia, because the women in this country, Liberian women in this country, they show so much love for their country. Some of them open up. They work 24/7 in their nursing homes, in the group homes, in other professional setting, to make sure they put in something to see a better Liberia. So the people that in Liberia, they were not seeing it as people actually wanting good for them. Some of them took advantage of that to exploit the people, thinking that the people then they got plenty of money in America there. So this is our time to eat money from them, as opposed to being honest with them and do what is right for Liberia and for the Liberian people. Yes, I know it. Do you know how many people call me and complain about a lot of different things? I said very clear, and I'm right, and I know I'm right, that Mr. Comey has some people with him on the table that shouldn't have been there, that didn't deserve to be on the table. But those were decisions that Mr. Comey himself made, that nobody could have done anything about that. Because those are decisions Mr. Comey himself made. I believe some of those decisions he regretted. There were people on the table to make decisions for the CPP and the ANC. They didn't deserve that. They were just there eating money. So we will talk about a lot of things that I know, and I will expose a whole lot of things after the election. But at this point, the common people are the people that are very, very feeling sorry for, the ordinary Liberians. Some of you who took your time, even take your retirement money and use it because you want to see a better Liberia, not for yourself. Some of you work day in, day out, day and night to make sure that you see a better Liberia, but your effort was not supplemented. You work while you get the money. The people on the ground, they didn't do their due diligence, majority of them. That's what gave opportunity to George Weah, to Election Commission, to do whatever they did, because they didn't see it as problem, thinking that they would do it and nothing will happen. And guess what? They did exactly what they did, and nothing is happening. And I doubt it. I'm very much pessimistic that something will happen, because I know our people. So, my brother, thank you so much. Let me take the next caller. Caller, what is your name and where are you calling from?
Hello, Sir Canon. This is Rice Doyle from Virginia.
Rice Doyle.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead, my brother.
Mr. Cannon, I think Mr. Cummings need to learn from this election. Like you clearly stated, if Mr. Cummings had substantial evidence by now, he would have brought it up, and maybe he will come a little way with it, but I'm not sure. I'm not really too certain about that. But Mr. Cummings need to make some changes going forward. Mr. Cummings really need to learn from this election and make some changes. Now we were all discouraged from the numbers that were coming out, but we all at the end of the day we knew that those numbers were not his numbers. Mr. Cummings needs radicals. Mr. Cummings don't need talkatives and people who will be all figurative and things. He needs radicals. And Mr. Cummings to do everything possible to get some radicals.
Yeah, man.
The CDC and the how do you call it, the Unity Party, they got the radicals and they got those people that are able to push for their party.
Yeah.
We don't need plenty talking people there.
And my brother, let me just say this to you, right? Don't go away. You will stay talk. I don't want to agree with you. When we sat here and start mentioning names of people from the ANC, whether ANC Global or ANC Liberia, that were so dominant, they were only holding position, they were only holding lucrative position for financial inducement, that did nothing and said nothing, and they did nothing and said nothing. They were found nowhere. They were found nowhere in the process. When we call them out, people say, no, don't say that, don't say it. In fact, because of petty jealousy, when the Unity Party, I mean the ANC and the Liberty Party got together, a lot of people that were very, very active and working very hard in Liberia there as ANC, they all went into coma. So a lot of things happened. I can tell you, if Mr. Cummings is to do this again, trust me, it will be different. I'm not sure if you will, but it will be different, and there will be a lot of people that actually, a lot of people were on the fence, and the reason why they were on the fence was because there were a lot of decisions made by Mr. Cummings initially, and people, they were so deep into those processes, people could not have changed anything. It's like rocking a boat in the middle of the sea. So a lot of things were done already. Mr. Cummings already made some mistakes in terms of bringing certain people around him. Those people are comfortable in their position. So there's no way he could have changed all those people in the middle of the game. At the end of the day, those people, they become so dysfunctional, and they are there for the sake of being there, but they are dysfunctional. They do nothing. And some of them, they're only there to collect whatever they got to collect and move on. They care less.
Mr.
But
Cummings, Mr. Kenneth,
yeah.
Mr. Kenneth, sorry, Mr. Kenneth. There are some who even I can tell you hands down, there are many people that was within a camp who did not even believe that Mr. Cummings was actually going to give this election a shot. I'm telling you, this was the reason why most of them they were dormant. I'm telling you, a lot of people don't even believe in this man. Look, the Miladre mentality. Everybody's shouting. Or maybe you get about 10% shouting, Joe Baga. A lot of people, they finish getting discouraged and say, oh, that Joe Baga, the people want. So the only thing we're doing is wasting our time. And those are the mentality that Mr. Cummings had in his camp. And we need to put that thing aside. Mr. Cummings need to make changes from now on. He need to make them. I know he got a lot of friends then. Most of the people then are his friends, that people then are who been supporting him and all the kind of thing in America and all that stuff. But to be honest, for the betterment of Liberia as a whole, because he is the only person who know that can push this country forward. For the betterment of Liberia, you need those radicals. You don't need plenty of people who just come and talk.
Yeah.
You need those radicals. I'm telling you, you need radicals. People that are grew in the Liberian politics. You see that? Like you need bigger, strong supporters.
Yeah, man.
I mean,
My man, let me tell you something, right? If I was in Liberia if I was in Liberia, if I were in Liberia during that time, if I was in Liberia now, and I voted, either I would have been in jail right now, or there would have been a serious problem in a country because of this election. Believe me.
Exactly, Mr. Kane. When you said that, I actually agree with you. That's the reason why I even decided to call. I was going to be the second person that's look, when I believe in something, I only get, for me, when I believe in one thing, I believe in one thing only. The last time you were calling, I listened to the show afterward because some of the time you were starting late and our time here, I think it changed, so I was sleeping, so I was following after. Now you were calling people and asking them, who you going to go for a rerun. For me, I only choose Cummins and Cummins only. If the amount of vote that I put, I was going to cast for Mr. Cummins, we're not going to be counted. I was going to be next to you. We're going to be sitting down there, and then we're going to be having my placard up and make sure that people.
And you will have been surprised. Mr. Dwight, let me tell you, you will have been surprised to see how many people are going to join you. There are a lot of people out there, but they just need leadership. They just need somebody to lead them. They just need somebody to lead them, to take the lead. Believe me, a lot of people are angry. A lot of people believe that the process was cheated. But you know what?
Most of the people not feeling leaving or they're going back to where they're supposed to be.
Oh, in fact, right after the election, when the result was given, when they were giving the result, I saw something from one of the people, one of the younger people telling me, oh, if I'm leaving politics now, I'm going back to do whatever I got to do. They were not there in the first place.
You see? Exactly.
But
not many people that really believe to shout and say, oh yeah, Mr. Committee in this man. Honestly speaking, make some changes.
My brother, thank you, man. I don't know if Comey's going to do it again, but if he had to do it again, he had to do it differently. But yeah, he had to do it differently if he's going to do it again. I'm not sure if he will, but if he does, he should do it differently. And I still believe the Liberian people, they voted for Comey. I'm not saying Comey will have having a vote to win first round, but Comey will have been in the first or second place right now if their vote were counted the way they voted. But again, we have nothing to protest with. We have nothing to take to court as of yet. Maybe in the future, like Mr. Comey said down the line, those who are responsible for the behavior, they say they will pay for it. And that will be based on something substantive that can be admissible in a court of law. Yesterday, Martin, you will pay fine. When I came on the show, you were the first person I sent the link to, and Steve, and Brazilian. But you don't even check your stuff. You think
I did, Sekou, I did, because I know you come on at 2. So I started checking. I stopped everything that I was doing at 2, and I was waiting. I kept checking on day 3.
And you never call me.
No, because I was not sure.
I overslept.
So you see that, not me.
Because I went, when I went to sleep this morning?
No.
I went to sleep 3 o'clock and I woke up 6 o'clock.
Oh.
Yeah, then I don't even know how I fell asleep. I was even listening to some funny show and then I slept.
I was listening to you till I went to sleep, and I woke up this morning listening to you because the show was still on in my ear. So I had to
tell us, tell us a little bit. Anyway, welcome back to the United States. You look so beautiful today. Me and say come start fighting today because
don't fight. Say today. Today is our anniversary.
But I gotta leave it with you today. I gotta. No, congratulations to you guys.
Thank you.
Yeah. So yesterday, what is going on, man? What happened? What happened? Tell us about your experience in the whole election. Just summarize, and then we can have some conversation here.
So first of all, let me just acknowledge what you said about Liberian people voting for Mr. Cummins. I strongly believe they did. People were excited. People were looking for change. But what I gather, here when we have the ballots, the electronic ballots, you move from one page to another. Whereas in Liberia, the ballots are separate. Okay, people can manipulate what they want to do because, and I believe I sent you the ballots what it looked like today.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you sent it to me.
So they have a red ballot, which is longer. That's for the president. Then you have a middle-sized ballot, which is, I believe, is blue. That is for the Senate. Then you have another ballot which is shorter and is green and it's for the House of Representatives. Now, I hear everybody yelling about pool washer. And I will speak to where I was. I'm not sure of the rest of the other people who were pool washer in other places. All right. They gave you seats. You sit down far away from where they're doing the ballot, giving the ballots out and checking the ballots and put it in. All right. That's a table that also have those ballot boxes or the can that you will put the ballots in after you would have voted. Now, and maybe Doc will tell you a different story because we were all in the same prison, but in different rooms. One reason is if you are there and you don't have anybody to exchange you, there's no way that you're going to stand up from 8 in the morning to 6 a.m. in the morning and you not use the bathroom and not leave or shake yourself. All right. Majority of the people who came to watch the pool, they did not have supplies or apparatus to write with or to write on. When we left, because I've monitored or watched, I've been.
They never have pen and paper to write on.
No.
Okay. Pool washer never have pen and paper.
No, they did not. Okay. I remember I had to go back to the house to get pens because I carried dozens and dozens of pen and shopping. Okay. So I took some with me, the ones that were in my bag, I gave them out and I went and got some more because I needed to go use the restroom. Some of the people in my prison, they even have water. I bought water to divide among them or food. Some of them I give to buy food. In fact, one of the girls that I tried to give money to buy food because she had been there all day, she didn't want to take it. I told her, I don't want anything. I'm not going to ask you for anything. I just want you to get something to eat because she kept calling. Nobody would answer. And the place we were at, there was no electricity. Okay. The room is covered in, I think they call it Colombo. All right. I think Colombo is a new era kind of design for Liberia. When I was growing up, we didn't have that. Okay. And they had a curtain, a black cloth put across the little wall. And that black cloth behind it, there was no light. Most of the people that came said they could not see. All right. But again, particularly me and Dr. Richardson, we went prepared. We carried torchlights, those LED torchlights and lantern. So I first gave them my torchlight, and they were like they didn't need it, but they ended up using it in the back. All right. My particular prison, I will speak to it. The PO were very aggressive. In fact, at first when I walk in, she thought I was an international observer. So she was prompt to listen to what I had to say. When we walk in, the ballot boxes were marked incorrectly. Okay. It had 2020 District 8. The boxes that I sent you today, you can tell from the pew that when they remove the 2020 from there to replace it and cover it. And if you look at the ballot boxes also, they had to delete the writing on it to the point that the writing that they put on top of it, you cannot read, it's not legible.
So all the money NEC received, the state didn't have those things in face?
No. And thirdly, they did not have enough staff. So because of that, most of the prisons did not start on time. All right. But Sekou, I know you've been here for a moment. This is just, I'm just trying to give you a picture where we are.
Why? Because of you, I can hold back for a little bit.
Okay. And we can have this conversation another day.
Maybe this evening, around 6 o'clock my time here, we can come back.
We can do that. I can stay up for us to do that. This is just to set the tune.
Yes.
And besides that, the ballots and the ballot boxes stayed with the PO overnight. It was transported on motorbikes. All right. If you go to our situation room, you will find out that I was sending a SOS call that the station 2 did not start until an hour plus later because they did not have enough staff. The supervisor that were in my particular prison that was supposed to supervise ended up sitting down to be a monitor because they didn't have enough staffs. According to them, they didn't provide the staffs because NEC did not have enough money. That's what they said. I was not the only one there. Thirdly, okay, the people in the United States, the pool washers, they stand up and you have police, you have security, and where the people who are taking the accounts of the people and verifying information, they sit in the middle, there's no pocketbook, there's no clutter. You are in a 10 by 10 or about 10 by 10 or 10 by 8 room. All right. You got all these boxes behind and everything is sitting right there. It is literally impossible. You sitting maybe about what? 10 feet away from the other side to see everything that is going on. I stood up. Let me tell to everybody while the other people sat and I refused to sit down. I stood up in that prison from 8 a.m. I left twice to go use the restroom. Okay, 8 a.m. to almost 6 in the morning. Let's say 5:30, 5:60, 5:30, 5:45 in the morning. So I was standing up that whole time. So when they read, I will take my torchlight and go to see what they're talking about. Some of the ballots they have, I challenged. Okay, Dr. Richardson and Mr. Richardson will tell you they heard me. And most of the kids, by 7 o'clock, they were in and out of sleep. They were tired. The place is hot. It was exhausted. No light. All right. So there's a lot here to unpack in so many ways. And then there were calls coming in about people attacking. Let me tell you something. And this is my own family and I will speak today. The sitting representative of District 7, Roger Doma people, went to my father's town in Mainpa and attacked the people there not to vote. As God will have it, Melvin Logan, who is also a chair of ANC CPP May West, okay, was in that prison as one of the pool washers. So they called the police at the time. The calls were not too much. So the police went there, and I believe they took some of them away. But by the time we reached to 7 and 8 o'clock, there was so much commotion that the police said there were not enough men and there were not enough logistics. There were only one truck. One pickup truck in the whole of District 7 to move around, to go to where people were trying to hijack ballots. I was attacked. I was attacked in the prison I was in because I was trying to get my phone charged. I'm sitting in a place that have no bathroom, no electricity, and some young people came in front of me, okay, to tell me why am I leaving the room. And I was not the one checking the ballots. So there were a lot of stuff going on. Some of the ballots, some places that ballots were transported, I am told, allegedly, it got drowned or the people, it got dissolved in the water or it fell in water. They could not get it to them. Some of them, because of water, they could not transport it. So let's look at it this way, though. When the ECOMOR conducted our election, they took helicopters to transport ballot boxes around Liberia. We saw when we went to the pool, Liberians were already lined up by 7 o'clock. If you look in the situation room that we were reporting in District 7, the older people came early and did not line up. And those people refused to take them in. They were there for 3 and 4 hours sitting in that sun. Some of them threatening to leave to go back to their homes. But like you say, this is just, I'm just giving you a gist of what we experienced, all right? Again, let me say to the Liberian people, I am not mad at the Liberian people, okay? I am mad at those who stole this election, who rigged this election. And I see people are coming in my inbox in the thousands, petitioning me or propositioning me to take their side either way. I would say first and foremost, we need to first acknowledge that if this election were free and fair, there were people on the street and in our ears and on the social media saying if they were cheated, Liberia were going to end. You may not have been cheated. You may have been cheated for and springboard to reach where you are. What is your voice in here? And that's what we need to find out. If you tell me the election was free and fair, then I will take a side. Until then, I will not take a side. My side is the election was rigged. The Liberian people's voices were suppressed. The election was not free and fair because I was there. I saw Liberians staying in line from 6 in the morning, some of them 7 in the morning, and some of them did not leave, and they were still coming until the line was cut off at 7. So Liberian people came out, they showed up to make sure the voices were counted. Now, another thing that we should explore though, it is the responsibility of the government to protect the institution called democracy. They are our leaders. The government make provision to make sure that everyone in Liberia vote were counted and accounted for the right reason in which they cast it. Those are the things that we need to explore and think about it. Thank you, Sekou.
Thank you so much. Yeah, and again, like I said, we can have a show. Hold on. No, not today. I'm sorry.
Okay, that's fine. I'm available to you. Just let me know.
We can do tomorrow. We can do Monday. We can do tomorrow.
That's great.
Yeah, I have a different plan that I've forgotten.
And you know what, Sekou? If tomorrow night, get Cyrus on here. I want Cyrus because Cyrus is good with data and statistics.
Tomorrow evening, Cyrus will be here. Steve will be here. All of us.
Yes. Then I will stay up. Even if I have to drink in juice.
No, I will keep calling you until you wake up.
Okay. I will put my ring on too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So tomorrow evening, tomorrow 6 p.m. my time here, it will be 9 p.m. your time. We're on.
I will be up and I will join in. And I will send you some documentation and I'll send you some periodical also on rigged election, what are the signs and symptoms of rigged elections. And then we can talk about it. Then maybe we can travel into history to 1927 to 1985 and where we are at this point.
And by the way, people are saying make decision, don't make decision. Other people are really persuading people. They are talking to people. They're talking to you in a very submissive and responsible and respectful way. But others are bullying people, attacking people, trying to bully their way through, thinking that they can bully people to submission. Eventually, at the end of the day, I've got a lot of calls. Like I told you, people will be telling me, Sekou, anybody but this person, anybody but this group. Sekou, don't take no side. Sekou, we can take a side, but they can never, ever support these people. So there are a lot of people, a lot of missing pieces there. However, whatever the case be, if we are to make any decision, I know it will be collective decision. Whether we decide to stay home, whether we decide to support one party against the other, it will be collective.
I agreed.
Are we on board with that?
I'm on board with that. I totally agree. That is so true. So let's take heed, and maybe we'll talk in the back and we'll come. Yeah. I agree, and I'm waiting for my leader to first speak.
Yeah, exactly. That hold a lot of people back. I'm told a lot of people want to make a decision, but they want to make sure for where they want to know where Mr. Cummings stands and where he and the leadership of
the leadership
we do.
And Sekou, before we go, let me bring some clarity. I see people are taking video and editing and posting it. When Mr. Cummings made the exception that he will support the opposition party should in case he does not win, that was during the CPP. He said if we go to the primaries and I do not win, okay, and there is a free and fair election, that is the caveat. A free and fair election. Can we say emphatically this was a free and fair election? I have already said no. You have said no. And we must respect the voices of the Liberian people. So I look forward to that conversation tomorrow. I'm glad you're going to have Cyrus. I love Cyrus' analysis of data and statistics. Numbers don't lie. I love Steve. He come with fire and fear, and Sekou is the balancer. So I think it was going to be a great show. I look forward.
It's going to be a great show tomorrow night, tomorrow evening. Thank you so much, yeah.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
All right. So, folks, that's it, man. Tomorrow we're going to be here. Hey, let me tell you something. This is politics. Trust me, I understand your frustration. But we have to fix things, regardless of how you feel. We can't just let this thing happen. All those things that I've heard that people are posting, editing video and stuff like that, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. A lot of people say a lot of things during the course of the campaign. Well, when we, when it need be, we'll get to that position and we'll talk about them. But right now, let's wait and see. Let's wait and see. Everything will be fine. Thank you all. We love you, and we'll be here tomorrow. God bless. Hold on. I was about to hit the close button to end it. But let me see something really quick. Yeah, somebody said $20. You see, I just didn't want to just go without checking it. I think that's one of my sisters. Sister Makula. Thank you so much. She sent SKTV $20. We really, really appreciate it. I didn't want to close without checking it because sometimes people can send stuff without telling us anything. Your sister Makula sent us $20 to our Cash App. Sister Makula, thanks a million. We appreciate it. Let me check the other one here. Okay, that was it. Folks, we love you. We'll see you tomorrow. Okay?